Hey guys, welcome to this week's edition of Harmony Charge, and yes, I am unfortunately going solo, seeing that Tyler is really sick right now. And plus, I'm starting to think it's because the Eastern Seaboard, the poor Pegasi won't let up, so we're going to combine two episodes into one. You see, because last week was episode 2, Past, Present, and Fusion, and this week's episode was known as a Fool's Hour, which I don't really understand, why. But the basic synopsis of the first, meaning past, present, and fusion, is that we get some further background on our Rangers, more specifically in the opening before the theme music. Riley, we find out that he is a trained fencer who lived with his mother and his older brother on a farm. Now, in doing his normal farm side chores, he runs into Fury, who doesn't really like him all that much, and a fight breaks out, in which Riley is trying to protect his dog Rubik. Best name for fictional dog award %. In the effort to protect Reuben, he runs across the green Energem, which then turns into the Dino Saver, in which he is able to fight Fury off. We fast forward a few months later, and he's off for summer vacation to work at the Dinosaur Museum, which of course is our main base of operations. In an effort to get there, his scooter breaks down, only to be appropriately hitchhiked and picked up by Tyler and Shelby, who are on the way there. In the meantime, though, they manage to help out a couple in need. A wife has gotten out of an accident of an overtipped car. Her husband still trapped inside, or rather on top of the car, bizarrely. And the Rangers decide to help out. But even the three of them combined can't lift the car on its own. And right before the car is set to explode due to a gas leak, the Energems empower our Rangers to overpower the car, causing it to flip in midair and explode. This, of course, before they get to the museum only to see a bizarre dinosaur statue. Tyler wants to take the modern equivalent to egotism, a selfie, and in the effort to doing so, falls through the secret cavern. The other Rangers follow to find what I am referring to as the Charger Lab. Quite appropriate, because in the Charger Lab, they find places for their Energems, gems to recharge. as well as they discover the Keeper, who lays down exposition from the last episode for those who weren't caught up on what happened to the Inner Gems. And thanks to a appearance from Kendall Blackburn, who has been working with the Keeper, we find out that only 5 of the 10 Inner Gems have been recovered. And we find out naturally that Chase and Coda are the other 2 Rangers on the team, not learning much about their individual backgrounds. But something tells me we'll learn in time about them. Kendall explains about the Dino Chargers and how they work. Now, the Inner Gems need to be recharged after each use. The Inner Gems being the source of temporary civilian power actually makes sense and actually is a quite subtle reference to the Disney era's usage of civilian powers. But when the evil iceberg monster attacks again, the Rangers are sent into action. Tyler asked by the Keeper to gain control of his Tyrannosaurus Rex Zord, seeing that his Inner Gem is out of energy balance. This occurs and we get the first true morph of the season. My opinion, at least, on the new morph sequence is that it's rather impressive considering the morpher is a gun and it largely works well to the idealism. The Dino Charger being the main source of everything. It practically starts and ends the morph, while the morph pose itself is very simple, easy to copy, and doesn't get largely out of the way. The only problem with it, though, is it's a bit lengthy as compared to other morphs of the past that were just a bit shorter in their design. Tyler morphs and then proceeds to go through his first major fight scene with the soldiers of the season, wiping them out with ease, and even the T-Rex sword now being free thanks to Tyler even dropping the boom on some enlarged versions of the foot soldiers, similar to the Moogers and Samurai. The other Rangers show up, and after a comical skit with Shelby not properly learning yet how to properly activate the Dino Charger, the other morphers activate and our team is united. A fight sequence with the many different uses of the Dino Chargers are put into play and the monster is dealt with by a combination of Tyler and the T-Rex Zord, only to be overwatched by Fury. At the end of the episode, however, we see Sledge and his bountiful list of captured bounties and the prison they all live in. This is of course going to be clearly where our monsters come from. Plus we also get the fact that Kendall doesn't like Shelby, and Shelby feels massively underappreciated. But that's only the first episode from last week, which I give about a 9, thanks to the tremendous 2 fight scenes, the well done morph, and the direct continuation from the previous episode. This is how you go from episodes 1 to 2 in a season transition. Episode 3, on the other hand, continues forward. With Shelby once again complaining. But it's actually a pretty valid complaint, seeing that she's saying now that we're Power Rangers, why do I have to work as a waitress still? And why does everybody else have to work at the cafe as well? Tyler being the newly assigned cook. We also dig into the fact that Coda lives in the Charge lab, in a cave. And we also get confirmation that he is a 10,000-year-old caveman. And that they've been on the chase for Fury quite a bit. And thanks to Tyler's journal, we might be able to discern that Tyler's father, had a very negative run-in with Fury. And only after that we are reintroduced to Sledge, who is pretty upset about the Energems falling not into his hands. One of his prison inmates tries to make an escape, and Sledge actually takes this as an opportunity to send him out after the Rangers, promising that if he can destroy the Rangers, he'll give him a free escort anywhere in the galaxy, and he'll be free to do his own bidding. What then follows is that Sledge himself, followed by all of his main generals, and an army show up to introduce themselves to the Rangers, and even the Keeper shows up to warn Sledge himself about the impending failure that he'll face after repeatedly going up against the Rangers. But Sledge completely ignores this, and then his underlings proceed to drop the hammer on the noobs, showing impressive power and strength, and also showcasing that our Rangers are still, even through 2 impressive battles, brand new. The Rangers want to go after the monster of the week, but Tyler has been constantly distracted by an overwatching Fury and decides to break off from the team to meet them. What Tyler finds out is that the monster is assigned to find out where the Charger lab is so Sledge can go in there in person and capture the Energems. But the rest of the team but the team doesn't know this. After, of course, returning to the Charger lab to await what's next. But after Tyler tracks the monster down and proceeds to start to fight it on his own, only to be demorphed. Wow, these monsters are pretty dang strong this season. The rest of the Rangers meet up, apologize, and unite to defeat the monster of the week, even combining their Dino Charge batteries together to take on the foot soldiers. But that's not all. We are also introduced to two more of the Dino Charge Zords. The Triceratops and Stegosaurus Zords that combine together thanks to a brand new Dino Chargers and a special armor mode that also unlocks their usual power weapons known as Dino Steel, developed from Kendall, into the Dino Charge Megazord, which the Dino Charge Megazord actually has a simple yet very sleek looking design, and the Rangers actually piloting it similar to Jungle Fury by physically punching and kicking and making the renewers themselves, standing up on platforms with their Dino Charge morphers locked in the engine engage. The Dino Charge Megazord shows impressive agility and makes quick work of the monster of the week, destroying it and protecting the Charger lab from any further assault. And that is essentially where the episode ends. Now, unlike last week's episode that had great exposition, this was more of a traditional Power Rangers Monster of the Week affair, but done impressively. We see the full extent of the new morph with new CGI. I plugged in, and the Dino Charge Megazord does look impressive. We get Coda's pseudo backstory and a clue to maybe part of Tyler's arc as well. Plus, the main villains of the series and the main army show an impressive show of strength, and the fact that they are an intimidating force. The monster's plan to carry out was an actually clever idea that hardly ever I've seen any villain go straight for let's destroy their base of operations ever before in the history of the series. So it's a clever original nod. Plus, on a side note the use of the Dino Charge theme song during the Megazord victory fight was a nice touch and a nice bring back the previous seasons as well as seeing the team continuing to learn new powers and skills while also learning to trust each other. Tyler is becoming a more confident leader by the week and starting to become fastly my favorite Ranger. That's why I give episode 3 yet another 9. This is an excellent starting 3. Maybe the best starting 3 for Power Rangers I've seen in a very, very long time. Hopefully, the momentum will just continue a trucking next week. And hopefully my partner in crime will also be back next week to join me as well. So you can find out his opinion not only on the episode last week, but this week as well. If you're off there, Tyler, get well, my friend. And I will see you here next week, even during a very special week. Find peace in your own Nirvana. Thanks for watching.